when you look back on it, do you ever able to figure out a reason why you liked to record things, or like what you got out of, like, you know, because as we get older, you kind of start to get a little bit of a overview kind of of ourselves, even, you know, in the world, maybe a little bit of an idea of what we have been doing in the world. You ever able to figure any of that out, kind of like the reasoning behind some of it, like why you liked capturing things, or why you liked like pulling the wool over people's, or, you know?
Yeah, I think there was kind of a few layers to that for sure. I mean, that's a cool question. It's a great question because, like, one thing was we never really had, you know, a video camera, or when I grew up in the '80s, so we didn't have a video camera, or even in a film camera. We didn't even take a lot of photos, and you know, we didn't. That was kind of expensive, you know. People that had a video camera, they had, like, you know, a lot of money. They had a video camera. We never had a video camera, you know. And so when all of a sudden they became somewhat attainable, you know, I would sort of sign one out at school, and I found that it was kind of first of all, I loved comedy, so I loved, you know, David Letterman. I loved watching him go out in the street and, you know, do stuff, and I loved, you know, Monty Python, and, you know, just SCTV, and I just loved comedy. I was doing stand-up comedy in Ottawa when I was 16 years old, and like would go down to watch, you know, Norm Macdonald, you know, when he was in his 20s, you know, and I was just like, it was sort of this amazing thing, and I somehow had this sort of feeling that if I could just get a video camera and go film stuff, that, you know, maybe I could, you know, make a show or whatever. But I was also a skateboarder, you know, and that was sort of, skateboarding videos were, holy shit, look at this. This is amazing.
Right there,
how did you find that so fast? Yeah, there me at 16 years old. Yucks.
Yeah.
How did you find that so fast? I don't even know how. You must have had that in advance. That is unbelievable. Is there some sort of weird algorithm here or something like that?
I don't know if they did or not, but yeah, it looks great. Wow. Yeah, you look so.
Yeah. Look at that microphone too. It's like, I don't even, they didn't even use the right microphone back then. No, I just, I don't know, I often kind of like think there's something about, like, I don't know, I think I've always been really afraid of the concept of, like, being dead, you know, like being gone, and like there being no sort of, you know, recollection of anything that you've ever done, right?
Yeah.
And I always found it interesting to just kind of document things and just record things, and that'll be there, you know, in some electronic way, floating around there forever. And it sort of feels in a little way like kind of like sort of a weird kind of immortality in a way, you know. I think that's kind of what fascinates me about these ruins in the desert too. Like, these people came and built these things in the year 875, and now I'm walking through it and looking at it and filming it and talking about it with you. And so they're kind of, in a way, kind of remembered, you know.
Yeah.
And then there was also just kind of the blatant, you know, when I was younger, I was quite a bit different than I am now. I think I've calmed down quite a bit. Like, when I was younger, I really always needed to be kind of like, you know, the center of attention, the class clown, moving around a lot. It was weird as a kid. So to me, it seemed like a really good way of just kind of, you know, documenting all of this silliness, you know, and I loved it. You know, I loved filming stuff and showing it to people at school, and it was. Well,
you
just
captured
fun.
So much. You were one of the first people really to just capture shit and just show it to people, kind of, in a, you know, like kind of like. Not shit, but I mean just you know?
No shit for sure. Yeah, actually, actual shit was involved quite a bit.
Yeah,
too.
there you go. Yeah, we're gonna capture shit and show it to you.
Yeah,
like, what do you mean? Like, this is what we mean.